An AI agent cannot reliably follow a job that only exists in your head. Vague instructions may work once, then fail when the input changes or evidence is missing. Good agent instructions are not a motivational speech, and they are not a giant prompt. They are operating rules for one defined job. In this video, we will turn the agent map from the previous lesson into instructions an agent can actually follow. Begin with one role and one objective. Avoid personality phrases like be brilliant, proactive, and helpful. Those words sound useful, but they do not define observable behavior. For our example, write, you are a research assistant that compares approved competitor sources and drafts a weekly update for person review. Then state the objective, identify meaningful changes, support every claim with a source, and label uncertainty. The role establishes the lane. The objective defines the finish line. Permanent instructions describe how the agent should work every time. Run specific input describes what the agent receives today. The approved source rule belongs in the permanent instructions. This week's source list and comparison date belong in the run input. Mixing them together makes instructions harder to reuse and easier to break. Create a required input section and list every item the run needs. If a required item is absent, tell the agent not to begin. Next, describe the work as a short numbered process. For this agentee, validate the input, open only approved sources, capture relevant changes, compare. Then with the criteria, draft the update. Then run a completion check. Use one clear verb at the start of each step. If 2 steps must happen in sequence, number them. If the order does not matter, use a simple checklist. Do not bury important behavior inside a long paragraph. Tell the agent what evidence it may use and what tools are allowed. This agent may read the approved pages and save comparison criteria. It may not search unrelated websites, contact a company, change an account, or publish anything. Every factual claim must include the source link that supports it. If 2 approved sources disagree, the agent must show the conflict instead of choosing the more convenient answer. Specific boundaries are easier to test than a sentence like, be safe. Now define the exact result the agent must return. Call this the output contract. Our weekly update needs a title, the 3 most important changes, a source link for each change, why each change matters, and a section for missing or uncertain information. The result must be labeled draft. You can also define length, order, headings, and allowed status labels. When the output format is explicit, review becomes faster and inconsistent runs become obvious. Instructions are incomplete until they explain when automatic work must stop. This agent stops when required input is missing, a source cannot be accessed, evidence, conflicts, or a requested action exceeds its permissions. It must not fill the gap with a guess. Its escalation should state what is blocked, what it checked, and what decision it needs from a person. Sending, publishing, purchasing, deleting, submitting, and access changes remain behind approval. A safe stop is part of successful performance, not a failure. Before returning the result, make the agent verify its own work. Did it use only approved sources? Does every claim have evidence? Does the draft follow the output contract? Did it label uncertainty and remain inside its permissions? The agent should return one status pass, needs review, or blocked. This check does not replace person review. It makes person review more focused. Now assemble the complete instruction block. Role and objective define the job. Required input defines what must exist before work begins. The numbered process defines the work. Evidence and tool rules define the boundaries. The output contract defines the visible result. Stop rules, escalation, and the completion check define safe behavior when conditions change. That is enough structure for a useful first version. Do not ask whether the instructions sound impressive. Ask whether they produce the right behavior. Run one normal test with complete input. Run one missing input test and confirm the agent refuses to begin. Run one conflicting evidence test and confirm it exposes the conflict. When a test fails, change the smallest instruction responsible for that behavior, then test again. Clear instructions are built through examples and revision, not one perfect prompt. In the next video, we will use 3 practical tests every agent should pass before automation. If you are finding this content useful, please subscribe, like, and comment. If you want the complete beginner path, join Automate with Agents below. It takes you from the first blueprint to a working agent with guided lessons and practical examples.